Hi everybody, welcome to another episode of The Music Room. Okay, so today is going to be a really short lesson. It's going to act sort of as a precursor to a bigger video that I'm doing called The Best Thing I've Ever Learned About Guitar, or The Best Lesson I've Ever Had in Guitar. Whatever it is, that video is going to come out, but it actually requires this video to understand that video. Okay, so when you are starting to learn an instrument like guitar, one of the first things you learn probably are some basic chords, okay? So you may start to pick up the guitar and start playing some of these chords or whatever, right? You may learn C, you may learn G, you may learn D minor, you may learn E minor or whatever, okay? And the thing I want to teach you today about chords is how to think about chords as a split between two parts. If you haven't seen my video on the musical alphabet, or if you don't know the musical alphabet, check out the video, okay? But if you do know the musical alphabet, this will make sense. So I'm talking about A sharp, B, C, C sharp, D, and so on. So when it comes to chords, you're gonna run into a bunch of chords like G, or E minor, or D major, or D suspended, or A seventh, or B diminished. There's a whole variety of chords that you can play that are made up of different notes. Now, the thing that I want you guys to know about chords is that there are two major parts to a chord. There's the note or the key that the chord is based around, okay? And then there's the type of chord that you're playing, okay? So when we talk about the note of the chord, okay, we are talking about the letters of the musical alphabet. So that could be A sharp, that could be B flat, that could be C, that could be D, that could be F sharp, that could be any of those letters, okay? That is the note part of the chord. And then there's the second part to the chord, which is the type of chord. So whether that's minor or major or diminished or seventh, that's the type of chord that you're playing. Now, a little catch to that, if you don't see that second part, major is implied. Okay, so when you say a G chord, it's really G major. That's what's implied by a G chord. So when you say a D chord, that's D major. Okay, so major is the part, the type of chord that you're playing. So these are the two parts of a chord: the note and the type of chord. Now, what you should know is that any musical letter can be swapped to have a different chord. So for example, if you have an A minor chord, you can basically have any other letter in there. You could have A sharp minor, B minor, C sharp minor, D minor, and so on. And this works for every chord. You could have a B seventh chord, okay? You could also have a C7, D7, D sharp 7, E7, F7, A flat 7, G flat 7. You can swap out that first part and keep the second part, okay? So let's do another one, diminished. You could have a D diminished chord. Well, you could also have an E diminished chord or an E flat diminished chord, okay? When you're learning guitar in the beginning, you're probably just learning these chords randomly, but the best way to look at them, again, is those two parts of the chord. There's the letter or the note part of the chord, which, by the way, includes flats and sharps, okay? So that's any letter, A to G, and a flat or a sharp, okay, or empty. And then there's the type of chord: major, minor, diminished, anything like that, okay? So keep that in mind, that chords always have those two parts. Keep that in mind because that'll become really useful when we get into the next video, which is all about the best thing I've ever learned about guitar. All right, we'll see you guys in that one.